Winter was just around the corner, and that was the time of year for Moomin to get restless. Oh, Snuffkin, don't leave me! Oh. Papa, you're not supposed to burn leaves. It's terrible for your lungs. Listen, I've already got lung scarring from installing then removing all that asbestos in our attic. Burning all these leaves is a drop in the bucket at this point. I swear to God, there's more leaves out here than I've ever seen on any tree. Yep, winter's on the way. It certainly is. Make sure you eat well before November. Then I suppose we'll be hibernating again this year? Of course, why would you think otherwise? Well, if Snuffkin says I can go with him south, then I won't be. What's that? You said last year I could go if he said yes. Yes, and he didn't. Moomin, Snuffkin's made it very clear that winter is his alone time. We hibernate, he can travel. It's a nice system we've worked out. But if I could get him to change his mind, then Moomin, don't take this the wrong way, but that's delusional. I can tell Snuffkin really cherishes his time with you, but he also cherishes time to himself. I don't think there's anything you could say that could convince him. How would you know? 'Cause he's just like his father. After we all settled down here in the valley, Jockster would come and go as he pleased. He would always come home to be with his friends and family, but sometimes he'd go off without warning. He'd be back soon enough, but when winter came, he'd be gone from November to all the way into April sometimes. Snuffkin's just the same. I know, but I just thought that Snuffkin likes you a lot, Moomin. You're actually quite lucky that he likes you enough to spend most of the year here. But at heart, he's a vagabond just like his dad. He's not tied down by anything, so he should be able to do as he pleases. You're his friend, and I'd like you to try to accept him for every part of who he is, and not just the parts that make you happy. I know it'd be fun to go with him, but I don't think it's a good idea to ask. It'd hurt him to turn you down. I suppose you're right. Good boy. I am going to murder these bass. I haven't caught anything good in days. Maybe it's getting too cold for the good fish. Snuffkin, when are you leaving? What? You're leaving soon, I assume? Yes, of course. Could I ask you something? What's that? Don't go without telling me. Why? I'm always so sad when you leave, even though I know you'll come back. Well, that's kind of why I was planning on leaving without saying anything again. But that would make me even sadder to not be able to say goodbye. I haven't spent as much time with you this year as I would have liked. I didn't even get to spend midsummer with you. Please, Snuffkin. Hey, I have a better idea. I won't leave until after you've started hibernating. Then you won't feel bad and sob all over me like the last time I said goodbye. Oh, that's a great idea! Then we wouldn't really be apart at all! Exactly! And I'll be back before you've woken up, so you won't even know I'm gone. Great! Oh, thank you, Snuffkin. Hi, little Mai. What's got you looking so tiny and angry?
Where are you going?
Lonely Mountains. I feel it's symbolic of my emotions.
How come you didn't ask anyone else if they wanted to go?
We are literally just going for a walk.
Just the two of you? Why not with me, Snuffkin's sister, or with Snork, your actual girlfriend?
I hadn't noticed. Are we really leaving everyone else out? You have had kind of a one-track mind lately.
It's very rude to always steal Snuffkin and run away.
Is this conversation going somewhere? We are just going to look at Moomin Valley together before it starts snowing.
A likely story.
I mean, sure, little Mai, you can come with us. I mean, I'm going to be away from all of you, not just Moomin after all.
Did you hear that, guys? Come on!
Moomin, do you mind if we come along? I am your girlfriend, and I love doing things with you.
Oh, of course you can come.
Snork Maiden had this crazy idea that you were deliberately pushing her away for some reason.
I am not pushing Snork Maiden away, intentionally. It's just that Snuffkin's my best friend, and he's leaving soon, and I guess I just wanted to spend some time with him, and I guess I wasn't even thinking about the rest of you.
Well, that's good to know. I thrive off the relationships of others and would hate for you two to break up. Now that you've been reminded of us, off we go.
Oh, Snuff. It would be beautiful to see this all in the middle of winter, covered in snow. Snow's so nice. I wish it didn't happen in the season where I'd be prone to freezing to death.
Oh, maybe I'll try to stay awake this year and look at it for you. Moomin, do you want to join me?
That's okay.
Everything will be white and sparkly and clean.
I think it's much nicer in the summer. I've been awake in the winter, and it's just the bitter chill of sadness.
I'm glad to be going home. This hike really takes it out of you.
We literally did not ask you to come.
Hey, look, a new character. Who is she?
Nobody I know, and I know all 10 people in Moomin Valley.
I wonder what she's doing here.
Sitting, obviously. Sniff, I'm going to beat you to death.
Hello there.
Hi.
What you doing up there?
I'm waiting for my grandma to come pick me up.
In the middle of the forest all alone? Should I get an adult?
Moomin, we are adults.
Ah, shit, that's right.
Trust me, it's fine. She lives in the woods. My parents have sent me to stay with her. I'm not sure why, though.
To get you away from the Manson family wannabes.
There she is. Hi, Grandma.
Hello, Alicia. It'll be so nice having you in Moomin Valley for once this year. So where'd you find these bunch of misfits?
They were just walking on the path and saw me and wanted to help.
That's very nice of you all. But sweetie, what did I tell you about talking to strangers? Now come on.
Hey, wait. You live in the forest? What part of it?
Well, let's see. It must be right about none of your goddamn business.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering if you were that witch that lives in the middle of the woods. I just think I recognize your granddaughter and was trying to figure out if it was actually her.
Think you recognize her, huh? What will you think of next?
That whole conversation felt uncomfortable. Oh yeah, that's Alicia, alright. She's a girl I used to know from Groke's Children, always bragging about how her grandma's a witch. A witch? Surely they don't exist. Moomin, so far we've seen a hobgoblin on a flying panther looking for a ruby that grants wishes, glowstick people powered by lightning storms, and your dad met a Loch Ness monster when he was younger. Are witches seriously out of the realm of possibility? No, right. Well, witches are, scary, right? You think she's in any danger?
No, a nice girl like that couldn't have such a bad family.
My biggest problem is with my family, and I ended up in the same doomsday cult as her.
Oh. Snork, it's time for your monthly actual food that isn't Cheetos and Hot Pockets. Come down and have a real dinner.
Alright. Completely unrelated. Could you stay at the Moomins from tonight on? I'm going to be up all winter.
How come?
I'm going to stay awake to work on my flying machine. You know, my very important subplot that takes up a lot of episodes.
Kind of forgot about it.
No, well, regardless, I'm going to use the nights I stay up till 7 a.m. playing Destiny and use it productively on my blueprint.
Well, I guess that's healthier. I'll gladly hibernate with Moomin for you.
Excellent. Well, let's get a vegetable in me before I spend all winter eating lonely single people food. Of course, Snork Maiden can stay with us. Everyone else does, she might as well.
It'll be good for Moomin. He gets so lonely in the winter. Having his girlfriend with him will be just what he needs, right, Moomin?
Yes.
It'll be fine as long as you don't need wildly different mattress textures.
Well, if that's the case, you can just get different beds like we did. The double bed industry is actually a scam anyway.
When do you think we'll start hibernating? It's cold as tits out there, so probably in a few days. So soon? We'll have snow before the week is out. Oh, well, good luck with your important subplot, Snork. Remember not to listen to 4chan shitposters anymore. I stopped listening to them after Saki Sanobashi was revealed as a fake. I only listen to the slightly less bad people on Reddit now. Come this time next year, we'll be flying above the lonely mountains. Thank you for taking Snork Maiden. No problem. I mean, she spends more time here than with you, so it's not that much different from usual. See you next spring, Snork Maiden.
Bye, you dumb nerd. Good luck.
You know, Snork Maiden, your brother reminds me an awful lot of my old friend, Samuel Frederickson Hodgkin. One of those. They're both giant nerds, they both want to invent the airplane, and they both need marijuana for medical purposes.
I hope this project is done soon. It's taken over the entire house, and I've stepped on 5 screws this week alone.
His ship flew really well in the romantic hallucination I had that one time. I mean, he does know that my friend already invented the airplane, right? This is just a fun project for him. Ooh.
Snork, what are you doing back?
So, Snork, after eating more than the recommended dose of hemp gummies, saw that witch flying around. Yep, zipping around like she owned the place. I don't think it was a hallucination. You can't get high off hemp gummies, and even if you did, I don't think you hallucinate. You can get high on anything if you try hard enough, but Alicia always bragged about how she was going to learn to fly and walk on water from her witch grandmother, but she never did it, so I sort of stopped believing her after a while. I guess I'd need to see it for myself. Well, then we should check it out. I don't think living in a wicked witch's home would be a safe environment for that girl. I don't know, man. It's kinda not my business. We have no evidence she's being mistreated, and I don't like running into people I met during a prolonged psychotic break. Come on! Oh my god, you're lucky you're cute. I just want to make sure she's okay.
Ha! Caught you two trying to have alone time again. Where are you going now?
We're going to see if that Alicia girl is in a bad home situation.
Why?
Because I like to help people.
Do you? Or have you just carried the burden of other people's problems for so long you feel soul-crushing guilt if you try to fix your own issues first?
Guess we might as well, though. I've run out of things to do.
I have a plan. If they're home, you throw a bag over the girl's head and get her out of there, and I'll kick the witch in the tits.
Well, we don't know if she's a witch yet. If we assault an old woman and kidnap her granddaughter, we will definitely get arrested, and I don't know if Mim can talk the judge down to house arrest again. What if she's not even her granddaughter? What if it's like that Shyamalan movie no one saw? Well, we should really find out what the situation is before we make assumptions.
And how do we do that without breaking a few laws?
Snoop around, I guess. Trespassing will probably only get us escorted off the premises.
Man, Snuffkin, you used to be cool. The only law you've broken recently is emulating Kingdom Hearts.
I am not paying $90 for cloud versions of 2-decade-old games. I should not be punished because I didn't own a PlayStation as a child. Look, if I absolutely have to break and enter, I will, but if they're home, we're just knocking on the door. Once we're inside, I'll check for signs of neglect. I was raised by the Mimble, so trust me, I know what neglect looks like. Little Ma, you listen for police sirens.
I wouldn't worry. The entirety of Moomin Valley's police force is making out with our sister today. Still, I'll make sure your lives are safe in my tiny hands.
I wouldn't trust Little Ma with my taxes, much less my life.
Well, I've been doing my family's taxes since I was 10, so you're missing out.
Okay, shut up, you two. There's their house. Boy, having a house at a tree has got to be a real hazard in a thunderstorm.
Okay, give me a rock. It's window smashing time.
Maybe let's wait to see if they're home before we go right to the property damage.
They ran off without me again. This is the 13th time this week. Do you know how hurtful that is to me?
I'm sure I don't care. Little My said something about intercepting them again.
What's with Moomin and Snuffkin always running off lately?
I have a pretty good idea why.
Why?
Moomin is very obviously hopelessly in love with Snuffkin, even if he won't admit it to me. And he gets all sad and pining every autumn before Snuffkin goes away, and he doesn't even realize that he essentially smothers Snuffkin with attention, so they end up spending a lot of time alone together.
Are you not bothered by that?
I knew Moomin was in love with Snuffkin when I met him. Monogamy isn't that important to me, and Snuffkin is the farthest thing from a threat I can imagine. My concern is Moomin seemingly pushing me away in favor of trespassing on a witch's property just to get a drop of time in with Snuffkin.
They went to the witch's house? Oh no, I'm dying. I guess we can't follow them.
Why is no one interested in how I feel?
Okay, Snuffkin, it's been an hour. Am I chucking any rocks yet?
No, Alicia's in there. I know I saw her.
And so what happened to the knocking on the door plan?
I didn't say I was the one who was going to do it. I don't want her seeing me. Okay, good. She left. Little My, what are you doing? I think she's following Alicia. You go with her and interrogate Alicia about what's going on. I'll stay here and check out the house and hopefully not get recognized. Ugh.
If you're looking for Alicia, she's out.
Ah!
Hey, stop for a second, will ya?
I wasn't in an apocalypse cult with your granddaughter.
Then why are you running, pointy boy?
Huh?
Here, let me help you.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're Alicia, right?
That's me.
I'm Moomin.
And I'm Little Mai. You know, you sound like my sister. Well, sometimes.
What are you doing all the way out here?
Well, to be perfectly honest, we came because we were worried about you.
Worried about me? How come?
Well, we were worried that your house wasn't the safest environment, especially since you did just come from an apocalypse cult. That's your grandmother, right?
Yes, don't worry, I'm very safe.
Your grandmother, is she
Yeah, she's a witch, Moomin. This is well established.
Oh yes, she is. The witch that lives in the middle of the forest, that's her.
And you don't mind living with a witch?
Not at all. I want to be a witch too someday.
How could you possibly be a witch? You don't seem anything like her.
Well, that's because I haven't been back in the environment long. I just got out of a niche scam religion and my parents sent me to my grandmother to get back to my Roman Catholic roots and become a proper witch.
I feel like those two things don't go together.
What are you doing all the way out here?
I'll happily explain that, but I gotta ask, do you smoke cigarettes or do you eat them?
Look, this is what years of breathing in magical cauldron fumes does to you. Now, why are you in my house?
I don't know. My best friend is in love with me and he wants excuses to spend time with me, and I keep trying to distance myself because I'm just going to disappoint him, and I want him to have a decent relationship with his already established girlfriend, but he's not picking up on that. So I don't actually know why I'm here. The bullshit excuse is to see if you were really a witch.
Holy moly, kid, you got some situation there.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop all that on you.
It's alright, but of course I'm a witch.
Hey lady, as long as you're not stealing bones from a New Orleans graveyard, I'm cool with whatever freaky shit you want to do out here. But curious, was it all talk or is Alicia a witch too?
She will be when I'm done with her.
Oh, Grandma, you're back.
Alicia, a lawn gnome is here to see you.
And who is it really?
I don't fucking know.
Wait, I remember you. You're Snuffkin, right?
Yes.
Hey, Moomin, your friend Snuffkin's in here.
Oh, Snuffkin, oh my god, are you being held hostage?
No, Moomin, don't. You always make the knots worse.
Bye, Mr. Snake.
Alright, now explain to me once and for all why you're all sneaking around my damn house.
They were worried about me. They had a very flawed idea of witches and thought you were treating me poorly.
Yeah, witches don't have the greatest PR. Don't worry, kids. Alicia's fine. My daughter sent her to live with me because she's been having a hard time lately.
I'm sorry, I realize that now. Snuffkin, she does remember you, but she understands. Turns out you were both having very similar mental breakdowns. Everything's fine now, and she's welcome to visit the valley whenever she likes, right, Snuffkin? Long as she's not turning me into the FBI, we're good.
What? You said you'd visit these hippies?
Yes, I need some new friends after all those bridges and possibly people I burned. I'd only visit once I was done studying for the day, of course.
I'm sorry, baby, but if you ever want to become a decent witch, you can't fraternize with hippies. Witches and hippies just don't mix.
Grandma, have you ever met a Wiccan? 9 times out of 10, they're the hippiest people you've ever met.
Oh, those people are posers. Kids, why don't you go home? Everything here is fine. You have no reason to visit Alicia anymore.
Oh, look. It's snowing. Well, I guess Alicia won't be visiting any of us anyway if we're a sleeper down south.
And I really wanted her help hexing the police inspector.
Winter has once again come to Moomin Valley. Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. I always hated it.